Welcome back to another video. It's time for our weekly update video on all our projects and what's going on in the news and different things like that. I know all y'all can't wait. We're also continuing our march for 20,000 subscribers. I'm getting close. I'm hoping by this Thursday's live, I can do some giveaways. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we're close. If we're really close, we might just fudge it and say, hey, we're at 20,000. If I have to do $5 advertising for a video or something to try to get me there, maybe I'll try that. I don't know. But I don't want to keep this on going for too long. But we'll discuss a little bit more on that in a second. So got a lot of things to discuss. You know, it's going to be a long video. I always thank y'all for joining in. I try to put chapters into all the videos so that y'all can skip around to see, you know, the updates on whatever project that interests you, and you can skip over the projects that don't interest you. But I would tell you that even the projects that don't interest you, you might want to listen just to hear my negative thoughts on them or to hear what news is on them. So, you know, we'll see. So if you can just do me one favor, please, and just like this video, hit the little thumbs up button down there. You liking this video helps push this video out that talks about all these projects. I have them all tagged. So if somebody's searching for these projects, it helps push out information about these projects to other people on YouTube. That's what the like button really does. So you can do that. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Hit the little bell notification so that you are notified. If you already, that's one thing I don't really talk about too much. If you already subscribed, some people have said that they don't know when I'm putting videos out. I try to put 3 or 4 out a week. But even if you're subscribed, if the little bell isn't toggled on for notifications, YouTube will not let you know when I put new videos out. Also, if you can also help me out, please, and subscribe to my Twitter, X, right here. I've been trying to, you know, put some stuff out there. And also I have my other channel that's really struggling, the Grumpy Dad Outdoors. Haven't really did too much on it lately. Hunting season's coming up, fishing's coming up, so we'll be and I'll discuss a little bit more about that with the contest that's going on. So let's get to it. So first, you know, it seems like another week, another hurricane we're talking about. Another hurricane for those who might not live around the Gulf Coast. Another bad one. If it's a Category 5 already, which you kind of hope is that, that's a max storm. That's the highest it goes is Cat 5. 160-mile-an-hour winds already. And this thing still has 2 days to go. Prayers for everybody who's in Florida. You know, I follow the weather a lot. I'm into a lot of the models. I'm on emergency team here. And all I can tell people is if you're in that white path of that storm up there, y'all need to get out. Y'all don't need to be playing around with this storm. Y'all just saw what the storm that was here last week could do. It's easy to say that you're going to wait out in your house because you have generator and you have food and stuff like that. If your generator's underwater, you don't have generator. Tree or some other kind of object comes through your house and now it's wide open. You don't have a place to stay. First responders are not coming out in 50, 60-mile-an-hour plus winds when you need rescue. If I had a family and that was barreling towards me and I'm in that white cone, I'm getting out. So that's just my one little public safety advisement to make myself feel a little better today. Because I'm worried about these people that I'm seeing the countless amount of people from Florida saying they're staying, and I don't know what they're thinking. So as I mentioned earlier, we currently have our march to 20,000 subscribers. Again, part of the contest that I have going on is I'm planning on giving out crypto and some other prizes, some new kind of redesigned hats that we've been working on, some shirts, a couple of different things, and again, along with some crypto that we plan on doing on the contest. I'm hoping to have that, being able to do that Thursday on the Thursday Live. How do you participate in that? There's a couple of things you have to do. I'm sorry. That's just me. All right, first thing you have to do is you have to like each video that I have put out since September 30th. So as this roll to 20,000, until I hit 20,000, The first thing to do to be eligible is you have to like each one of these videos since September 30th. Of course, the second thing is you need to subscribe to the Grumpy Dad YouTube channel that you're on now. I also suggest you hitting the little bell so you're notified when the videos come out. Next, subscribe to the Grumpy Dad Twitter, like I told you. One day I'll point the right way. There is a link to make it easy for you in the description below. Next, you have to like and share the videos when I post these on Twitter, these YouTube videos on Twitter. I need you to like the video, share the video. Next, subscribe to the Grumpy Dad Outdoors page. It needs help. People wanted me to start one to show what we do in South Louisiana outdoors, and it's got about 30 subscribers. So hey, it's my contest. I get to name the rules. That's how that works. So there's a link in the description below. So what are we going to win? Or what am I giving out? Because I've lost my mind, and my wife does not know about this. So it will be 24 different $25. So this ain't gonna be no $5 handouts like I gave out a while back when I did a crypto give out. It'll be at least $25 at the time. I haven't really decided exactly what it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be some Entropy. I'm sure it's gonna be some BitHarvest token. I'm sure it's gonna be probably, and I'm thinking about even possibly doing some of the other tokens that we normally talk about that I tell people to DCA in. And then at least one $50 prize, possibly more, depending on what happens between price action, between going, what's going on now versus going on next week, Thursday. Prices go up, it could bump up to $100. Prices go down. I'm not a cheapskate. I've already told you $50, so I'm not going to go any less than that. I have had some people ask about donating, different things like that. Hey, I'm all for it. I even put out a Twitter earlier because I'm, I joked that I'm desperate, but hey, to me, it's a fun way of, if there's a project out there that wants me to talk about them during my live, I'll give them 5 minutes or so of, if they want to give me some stuff to read, or I can do some quick research on it. But hey, I'll donate some tokens from them and say, hey, this is sponsored by, ABC Project, and this is what they're about. This is their website. This is what they're trying to do. They're DPIN, they're not DPIN, whatever. But I can do that also. I also am maybe gonna do a IOU type of, just to be fun, an IOU type of award. Hey, this project that's not at mainnet yet, but we support here, I promise to give you X amount of tokens when they're released of that project. And you're just gonna have to remind me when that happens. But just a way of trying to keep it all real. The Entropy miners, somebody has already purchased it and sent them to me. You would just have to do the whole, get them on Discord, and we could talk about that in a little bit. But how to become an Entropy miner participant. I do have a blue SDR still here. So for those who are out there who are still putting together personal stations, because they were one of the 2,000 people that got personal stations from BitHarvest, of Wingbits, courtesy of BitHarvest. But if you have a Wingbits device and you're putting it together and you still need a blue SDR, I have one still here from BitHarvest, giving me a couple to give out. So that's courtesy of them. They purchased it. So again, any projects that are out there that y'all might know of that y'all want to pass this on, again, it's a way of them getting some free advertisement, and be a one-time little partnership deal. They want to contact me, they can contact me on Twitter X, or they can contact me on Discord or my email below, and we'll see what we can work out. Again, it's a way that they can get some free publicity. All right, so let's get to it. As we normally start this Monday, lately Tuesday. Normally I make these videos on Monday, but it takes so long to do them now. By the time I edit it and everything like that, instead of releasing it at 10 p.m. at night when a lot of people are going to miss it, it seems to do a lot better when I release it at 9 or 10 a.m. Central Time. So that's probably what's going to happen this one also. So what we normally start off with is we talk about the charts. I like to go over the charts because I like to pretend like I know what I'm talking about. I tell everybody I'm not here for TA. Y'all don't come to me for TA, but sometimes like a broken record, I say it. I'm sorry for those people who have been here with me for 6 months or a year. That I like to think that because I'm not looking for things that aren't there or trying to analyze stuff, that maybe it helps me. Told everybody I thought it was going to bounce off that line, and I called it. I hate to be the one to say I told you so, but what happens from here, I'll be honest with you, I have no idea. So this is the 4-hour chart. Again, we talked about how I told everybody I thought it was going to bounce because we're not ready yet. Everybody thought that the bull market's here, baby. Bull market's here, baby. And it bounced hard. Now, everybody can say, oh, no, we were doing good until you name a catastrophe we want to talk about this week. There's always a catastrophe going on. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in. It sucks. I feel sorry for people, but, you know, Israel, Iran, wherever, it's always something going on. That might have been what caused it, or was Fed chair coming out saying that they possibly are not going to be dropping rates as crazy as they thought they were. Some people say that dropped it. I don't know. Either way, it dropped. And the question is what does it do now? Does it come back up here? Do we have enough momentum? They had a great jobs report that just came out. Job report said we got more jobs than we really anticipated in September. Some people are saying that that number is completely fudged because you don't just go up in job numbers that drastically all of a sudden versus all the other months in the past. They think it's all election related. I can't tell you. I'm not getting involved in politics because I need to gain subscribers, not lose them. I've talked enough about it. What do? Are we going to bounce off this line? Y'all tell me. Do we bounce off the line? Do we shoot past the line? Or is this just going to be temporary? Is something coming out tomorrow and we're going to come back down? I don't know. I really don't know. I just tell people that if you bought down here and you're coming up here and you can take a little bit of profit, maybe take a little bit of profit. If not, you ride it out. I would just really watch this and see what happens. So when it gets up back up to this 65.8, 65.9, 66,000 range, see if it bounces. We'll see. But either way, this is the 15-minute chart just so we can kind of see where were we when we did this video last time. Last time we did this video was about 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night, which means it was about 63,000. We had 63,000 now. So we're exactly where we were 7 days ago with all this craziness up and down and stuff like that. So the reason that I bring that up is because when we start looking at these projects, the ones that are on mainnet, we'd like to see some even price action. Hey, if it went up during this time, that's great. That's bullish for that project. If it went down and stayed down, that's not so great for that project. Now, Ethereum had a little bit more of a delay on it. When we did this video last week, Ethereum was at 2,600 down to 2,400, so it's a little bit of a drop. Solana, kind of the same thing. Solana was at 154 down to 146, and it was down here. And y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all every single time there's so much stuff going on with Solana. You start seeing Solana in these 130s, you have to DCA into it. Not financial advice. Nothing in this video is financial advice. This is just me talking to myself. But Solana, there's so much stuff going on with this project. Despite how you feel, you got to put your personal feelings aside. When you can start getting Solana is 130s, 134, 133, that's, just look where it's at right now. It seems kind of like all the alts are doing that. Here's VET. I know I'm still into VET, and VET's going to be, it was at 0.024. It's at 0.023, so it's not that bad. Same thing with AVAX. I'm into AVAX. AVAX was at 27.99. It's at 27 now, so that's not that bad of a drop either. So let's go see what our projects did. So it's been an interesting week as far as our projects going. For those who have been completely oblivious to anything going on, we are in a new project right now that has taken a lot of us by storm. There's a lot of people in here that I have not seen in a long time from Discord, back from the what I call the OG Helium days, when I first started really messing with Discord. Names that I didn't think were even around anymore. Everybody's coming into this project. Now, I'll talk about this project. It's different. It's not for everybody, and not everybody's going to be eligible. I can tell you, they're very strict on who they let in. If they think you've been involved in some kind of scam or any kind of other projects like that in the past, they're not letting you in. If they think you're on a second or third account on Discord, they're not letting you in. If you try to get a minor key and saying it's, you know, you're requesting one for your wife or somebody else, a second one at all, you're in trouble. You're suspended, booted sometimes, you know, timed out. It's a little bit different. Saying that, again, you had to have been living under a rock somewhere and not paying attention to not know the project we're talking about. Now, they've had a little bit of price fluctuations. So when I show you what we make in a day, just remember when you see this number, yeah, it's not that great right now, but we've had some price fluctuations. So currently the project is called I'm sorry, I get in trouble when I say it wrong. It's Entropy. I like Entropy. I think Entropy looks different. I mean, it sounds different, but it's Entropy. And currently with Entropy, as of right now, I'm making $61 a day mining Entropy. Now, so y'all this last week, before anybody goes and pauses this video and starts freaking out, wanting to figure out how to do this, there are a lot of things. There's several things you got to do. I have people who are blowing up my Discord for a week now because they can't get into it. What's the catch? What's going on with it? How do I sell? I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're asking me how to sell, this is not the project for you. And I'm not trying to be rude or conceited or anything like that, but I might not even answer you, because if that's what you're interested in this project, that's not the correct way of going about this project. If you ask about it in Discord, you're gonna get, the Discord is fun. I enjoy being in it, but it's a little bit different. The second law is you can't sell Entropy. Now, before anybody starts screaming at the computer screen saying, wait a minute, why would I be in a project that I can't sell? Of course you can sell, but there are so many stipulations so that you don't tank the price long term. You have to really make sure you're ready, because when you sell, you're basically now locked for probably close to 2 weeks, if not longer, depending on how much you sell. Now, you will still be mining, but if you go right now and you sell $100 worth of tokens, and let's say those $100 worth of tokens, or say, I'm just going to throw a number because I can't college math. Let's just say you go sell 200,000 tokens right now. You mined them all week and you want 200,000 tokens. And you want to sell those 200,000 tokens. You can sell them right now. However, what's going to happen is you're now locked and you have to mine for 7 days, because after 7 days, if you don't pull them out of the Entropy console and put them onto your wallet, on the 8th day, your first day gets burned. So you have to stay on top of this project. So what happens is after 7 days, 8th day, 9th day, 10th day, your first, second, third day starts burning. You have to now burn 200,000 tokens. Once you burn those 200,000 tokens, if I understand it correctly, because I had several people telling me last night, now you still have to wait 7 days once you burn your 200,000 tokens. So as you can see, you can sell, but you have to be really sure you're ready to sell. Me, I'm not ready to sell. This revenue number is not even close to being right, but I'm at a point right now that I'm not telling people what my revenue is, and I'm not telling people how many coins I earn. What I have been doing, and I've even suggested to some people, especially right now that this thing's at a discount price, and we're going to go over the chart in a minute. What I am going to tell people is I have split this into 2 separate Solana wallets. That's what I like so much about Phantom. With Phantom, I can sit there and create all these different accounts for different projects, for Grass, for Wingbits, and stuff like that. But now I have an Entropy, and an Entropy. I don't even know what I call it. Entropy my owned or something like that. Meaning I have an Entropy wallet for my miner that every so many days I move from my miner to that wallet. But I have also been purchasing the mess out of Entropy. When I start seeing these dips, I'm purchasing Entropy and I'm doing very well with it. Very well. That's why I want to give some of it out, because I did very well and I want to spread that on to y'all. So here's the Entropy chart. Entropy, whatever you want to call it. Now, I started buying back here when I wanted to get into this project. So as you can still see, even with this price dip, I'm doing very well. Price came up, price was at 0.0005. So I was doing, at some point, we were talking about, I think it calculated to like $160 to $170 a day. Now, they got hyped up. And then, you know, of course, there are people who've been in this project for a while and they sold. Now, when you start seeing all these people who are selling down here, you got to remember, there are people like me who are all buying down here who had faith in this project. And again, you could say it's a project, we're mining nothing. They always talk about that. Whenever you try to, you can't talk about price in Discord and it's mining nothing. I'm mining nothing, but it is something. Right now it's at 0.00024. There are, when you go to this Discord and you see the amount of people who are joining this Discord and trying to join this project every day, it's stupid. It is stupid, crazy. So right now, even though your price is down, you still have more people buying than selling, which I think that's a good sign. You just have more people selling higher amounts. But I'm not worried about this at all, because again, even at this price down here, I'm making $61 a day. If I wanted to sell, I can, but why? Why when I can just continue to make it? You know, now I could just sell some now, like some people have done, is they sell some, and who cares if you're locked out and you're burning, because you're just sitting there mining, and you just ignore it after that. You know, I could have sold up here, and I had only been mining at this point 4 or 5 days, and I could have sold up here and I would have had like $1,600 in my pocket from a $15 device. And actually I found some $9 devices on Amazon. So again, I'm not gonna sit there and say exactly how much I hold of this, because it's separated now between what I bought and what I am mining. But right now, even at $61, the hell, even if this goes down and cuts in half to 0.13, I'm making $30 a day. You're not finding nothing else like that. And what's good about this project is the miners eat first, meaning unlike other projects where you know, the investors get to make all this money and some of it goes to the house and all this different stuff like that. Everything mined goes back to the miners. So, but it's also just a meme coin, and that's all it is. If you're interested, you know, you can go to the Twitter. They got a new Twitter that just recently started for the mining of the showing off holes and stuff. So they do have also a new additional Twitter X out called, it's at Miners Dig Holes, so that they can show the holes that people are submitting right now. Again, I have a full video on this project, and y'all can go. I don't want to spend way too much time, which I probably already did, but you know, it's a lot of time on nothing. Also, to make life easier for people who don't know exactly, I had a lot of people ask me, where or how do I submit the holes? Now there is a form for where you can submit your hole. So submit hole. That's where you will submit your picture to be a miner. So when you join this, you will go into just this section up here, and you won't see any of this until you're accepted as a miner. So you submit your hole there. It basically, look, the whole thing is the whole thing, not the whole thing, but the reason they do the whole thing is just to show that you're determined and that you're real and that you're serious about joining the project. And that's really all it is. So you see name and shame right here. Name and shame means that somebody thought they were slick and tried getting a second miner by using something that as if nobody's ever thought of before. And their name's probably gonna be a name and shame, and they got a timeout or they've been kicked out the project. You know, another thing I want to say about Entropy is Entropy has probably some of the most craziest burning that I've ever seen. I think they started with a 55 billion token, and they are just burning hundreds of thousands of tokens left and right. It's crazy. And they're going to keep burning tokens as people keep putting these miners on and forget to pull the tokens after 7 days. But even though it's supposed to be nothing, and even though I'm very, very positive on this project, I want to be very crystal clear with that. At some point, you have to start getting some type of liquidity into this. And I know, look, I know it's a meme coin. It means nothing. A D-pin meme coin that you're mining and that kind of stuff like that. But burning can only do so much for price action and for, you know, shock, supply shock and stuff like that. You have to be able to bring in some kind of buying, which we'll talk about later with some other projects. Just some kind of liquidity to bring in some people buying. I'm going to discuss it with Helium in a little bit, but I know I am buying a little bit, but that's how all these projects work. We know some projects that I'm going to talk about later basically has no carrot, as I call it. There's no buying action. So this one does. I showed you there is some buying action, but you know, how much is it going to be to help recover? We'll see. But hey, that's crypto. That's what a lot of projects. All right, so I think we, you know, been far enough down that rabbit hole. Get it? Yeah. So we're going to move on to our next project. GEODNET. GEODNET's still plugging along. I have no issues with it at all. You know, knock on wood, stays connected. Can't really complain. I didn't fill it in, but I made some. I'm averaging $5 a day. Can't complain about that. You know, before Entropy came along, $5 a day was really good. So $5 a day is still really good. So I'm just collecting it, not selling it. Somebody asked me before if I'm gonna start, you know, offloading any of this stuff. I'm waiting for bull market. I'm not in a rush to sell any of this stuff. No matter what project it is, I'm not really looking at any of it. Now, I'm really looking online. I don't really see too much that's updated from GEODNET. Hey, they're on mainnet. They're plugging along. They're doing good. Still excited about what they're going to have with Wingbits together with that new station they're coming in. So I think, you know, GEODNET's plugging along. Can't complain. As far as the price for GEODNET, you can see it is up 14% since our last video. So it was at 25 cents and 24.5 cents. And it's up to 29 now. So positive price action. You know, we talked earlier about what it looks like compared to what Bitcoin's doing. And this has positive action compared to Bitcoin. So, but even for the last month, you're looking at it going from 14 cents to 29 cents. So it's got a very beautiful incline. That's what you want to call it. Great price action. Now I'm excited to see where this goes, especially in the upcoming bull market. All right, moving on to next, WeatherXM. WeatherXM, I'm still being penalized for some kind of sensor issue. I have no idea what it is. More than likely, I know that I've told you before, during the hurricane, my weather station measured no precipitation. So it's telling me now that I'm being penalized because of some type of invalid data, something like that. So I'm making 2.3 plus the bonus. So I'm making about 2.7 now. Well, I'm making about $1.50 a day with it. It is what it is. Talking to somebody else on Discord earlier, they're having issues also with their WeatherXM station. Looking around on Twitter, Discord, I'm seeing some other people having issues with some of these stations that are now getting 2 years old. Mine's not even 6 months old, and it's having a sensor issue. One guy showed pictures of him having issues with his solar panel that's all cracked up now and stuff just from sitting out in the sun. These are weather stations. I told y'all from day one when I got this device, it seemed very flimsy to me. I had it falling apart in my hands. Hey, it did survive 40, 50 mile an hour winds here from the tropical storm that we got, but he's having issues with some issues like that. I'm seeing other people who are mentioning that they're having issues with it. I am concerned about it. You know, $1.50 a day. I see people who are still buying into this. I know at one point they were talking about making a different kind of station that was supposed to be a little more rugged. I'm hoping that that's the case. So one thing that's a positive that I will give them high fives and shout outs for is they started 2 weeks ago with this plan to implement increased liquidity on Uniswap. So what they've been doing is they have been injecting every day. Originally, it was supposed to be like $4,000 for 43 days. And so far, they have contributed 58,000 worth of WXM to that liquidity pool. They have announced that the program is going so smoothly that they've discovered that the funds reserved for this initiative will actually go longer than 43 days. I don't know if that's because of price increase. It doesn't take as many coins to get to that. I really don't know. But I think this is awesome. It's really helped the price out. Another positive thing that's going on is that WeatherXM is now officially on CoinMarketCap. That's why I can't go further than a day or two. So WeatherXM, which before was showing the, I guess, just some information about it, is now officially on CoinMarketCap, which y'all know I've mentioned that in the past. I think that's a huge deal. Looking at CoinGecko, you can see where this price was continuously going down. And then when they started their initiative to start putting liquidity into it, you know, it goes from 36 cents up to 54 cents, 53 cents. And it's kind of, you know, went even. I don't know if people are taking profits or what, but hey, they're injecting that liquidity into it. It goes to show you, I've mentioned it many, many times, what positive liquidity, what it can do for a project. You know, going back to what about it like in Entropy. Entropy needs some kind of little more liquidity going into. Yes, they're burning the hell out of tokens at a crazy rate, but you can only burn so much. But if you still need some kind of liquidity, some kind of buying action to kind of get that price prop back up. So we'll have to see what happens with those projects. But WeatherXM shows you what's going on with that. All right, moving on. DIMO. Yes, I moved DIMO up, and I'm going to explain to you why in a little bit. But DIMO and the next three projects have no rank next to them because I don't even know what I was thinking, to be honest with you, that these are projects that are on mainnet, but I felt by ranking them meant I was still kind of endorsing people to buy into them. And that's not it at all. So these, you know, I didn't really want to start a section called mainnet, but not interested or frowned upon. But if y'all follow these videos at all, Helium is the same old thing. Helium probably needs to go maybe above DIMO because Helium, we know, you know, it's kind of like one of those things. I'd rather stay with the evil that I know of versus the evil I'm unaware of type of thing. Where Helium, I know what I'm dealing with. I know that for the last who knows how long, I've been mining 6,200 IoT a day, making about $8. And I normally was converting that to Solana. But hey, over the past 2 weeks, whatever it's been, I've been converting that to Entropy. And so it means I'm buying a little bit of Entropy at a time for that second wallet I told you all about. That's what I'll probably be using for some of the giveaways that I'm going to do. But that's what I have been doing with that. But going back to DIMO, if y'all follow this channel at all, for the longest time, I was throwing a fit because I could not ROI on an $89 device. I bought 3 of these for $89 a piece. So you can say $270. If you didn't buy 3, they were $99 a piece. So if I would have bought 3 of these without that discount, here we are 10 months later, and I still would not have ROI on them yet. I have serious issues with that. I'm sorry I can't get behind the new DIMO LTE that everybody's supposed to be so excited about and spending $100 and something on that device. It's going to, if the price continues where it's going, it's going to take you a year to ROI on that. Some people ain't worried about ROI. That's fine, because once you ROI, you're strictly in the profits. That's fine. But to me, I still want to ROI on it. DIMO's down 8% since our last video. 15.8 down to 14.6. It's down 2% for the month. So it's kind of held for the month. But when you look at the year, we know which way we're trajecting with this project. This is the project I talk about is where is the buying pressure? It's been well discussed that people are questioning, are they going to do any buying pressure with some of the proceeds they get in from selling this, to customers? Are they even selling anything to customers? I don't know. So a couple of updates I'll go over with DIMO. I normally don't, but this is some of the stuff's important. So I'll in case it helps one person out there, it's worth it. But apparently they have some kind of Coinbase asset recovery utility for those people who have accidentally sent DIMO to Coinbase in the past on the Polygon chain instead of Ethereum. If you've ever lost funds in the past due to chain confusion, you may now be able to recover those tokens. So that's a big thing if you are in that boat. So you might want to look into that. Couple other little announcements. If anybody's into that, XSpace AMA. But as far as me, I'll say again, I know I sound like a broken record. Maybe I need to start doing this to save some of y'all time. If I don't have really any updates, I could just say, no update, see last video. I don't know. What I will say is, again, I know they got some YouTubers who are pushing it. I respect some of them that are pushing it. They've helped me out when I've reached out to them, so I have nothing negative to say about them. I don't know if this is some kind of deal they've had with DIMO or something like that, or they're just trying to push it for content or what. At the rewards you're getting, I know you're supposed to get more rewards with the LTE. Me, because I've had people ask me, straight up have asked me, like, am I planning on getting the new DIMO device? Absolutely not. Like, there's not a single doubt in my mind, not a what if, maybe, nothing. Not at what the rate of what these, you see what GEODNET's doing. You can't say it's the crypto world when GEODNET is constantly doing this one and DIMO's constantly doing this one. I think it's the story of double hockey sticks or, whatever, that we weren't early enough. People like me who got into a little bit late. Hey, I have $289 after 10 months of mining DIMO in 3 vehicles. I will say the good thing about it is, so I could say leave on a positive, is I don't have to touch it. It's in my wife's vehicle, my son's truck. They don't have to touch it. They don't probably remember it's even in there, and it just works. It works off all the helium miners I have in my area, and it's better than what our next project is. I'm sorry, project after next. Helium, nothing new really on the helium front. Prices kind of stayed around the same thing, and it's just like I said earlier, you know what you're getting with helium, and it is what it is. Helium is down a little bit, 8% in 7 days. For the month, down 16%. It's been a gradual decline. We know that helium had this big bounce when it was down here at 0.0006, and it came up 8-0 and was doing very well, and it's kind of coming down again. I don't think any of us are in the helium making a lot of money, but I'll update it because although a lot of people have come from helium with DPIN and stuff like that, and follow my channel, that we all kind of came together in this helium thing. I still have 16 devices rolling. I still have one that's down from the storm, just don't have time to mess with it. And at 50 cents a day, I'm not breaking my back and rearranging my schedule to go deal with it. Helium also is a little disappointing. It's at $6.94. I wish it was holding out. We did see a little bit of a price drop in Solana since last week, so maybe I'll give it to that one for now. Look, I've seen some bullish people talking about helium lately that they think this is going to surprise a lot of people. Look, I hold a good amount of helium. I hold a good amount of IoT and some mobile. I hope they're right. This is a project. This is a network that's still being used today. It's used by several different companies. We know them. WeatherXM, DIMO is 2 of them. So we know it's being used. I'm hoping that they're right. I'd love to see us get back to $20, $25 let alone an all-time high of $40 or $50 or what it was. I'll be doing very well. I'm not saying that. Please don't take a soundbite of me saying that. But I'd be happy in the bull market, in the peak of the bull market, let this get back up to about $20 to $25. And I'm going to let you know, I'm taking profits. This channel's about taking profits. We're not diamond handing anything until the next bear market. We will be sipping and taking profits. Now we go into the next project. If you caught any of my videos last week, you know that I had the complete red rear end with, but NATIX. Now, I think if NATIX started out like this and it wasn't for the games, I wouldn't be as upset. But, you know, I did a video for NATIX back in August where I was making $5 a day from the airdrops that they were doing, plus what I drove in July, which is no more or no less than what I drove in August or September now. And if y'all follow my videos at all, y'all know last month I was extremely upset with NATIX because it went down to making even less than this. $25 a month, something like that. So I have increased, and look, I'm gonna tell y'all, I drive an hour back and forth to work every day. I'm at meetings I'm going to. I'm in my vehicle throughout the day, so I drive. But it is well documented by several people who constantly talk about it. If you're not a professional driver, by professional driver, I mean you're not a rideshare driver driving for Uber or Lyft, across the road truck driver, something like that, you're not going to make anything in this project. And I am proof of that. Now, some people might say, hey, you made $25 a month. You're right. $25 a month for a free project. But it's also a free project that I got to finagle with every time I get in there. I got to set my device up. Now, the one positive thing about the device is it's got an in-car camera. So, you know, while you're driving, somebody pulls out in front of you. After the wreck, if you can remember within 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever it is to press record, you can record the last 60 seconds of the video. Yes, that's a positive thing. But in the beginning, they had these hodl bonuses and all this stuff like that because they're trying to get people to hodl and not sell. I can't stand, and I've been very vocal lately in the Discord, I cannot stand the fact that you rank up and you do this ranking all month, and at the end of the month, you then get, per your rank, is how much NATIX you get. Again, if you're not a professional driver, you're never going to be high enough in those rankings to get anything. Why can't you just pay me for what I drove? I drove 7 miles today and got X amount, 7 miles and got X amount of events on it, and I get paid per event or whatever it is, and just pay me flat for that. You're still helping out the people doing ride share because they'll be getting paid for those. But it's not fair for the people who aren't doing ride share and stuff that they're not getting high enough rankings. So I don't know. That's even doing the nitro and doing all the other gimmick stuff like that also. I'm not worried about, you know, they tell me, oh, well, you know, if you get hodl, if you don't, you know, you hodl and get diamond hands, then you get this discount or something in the store. I'm not worried about the store. I'm in this for crypto. I'm in this for passive income, not passive store deals. So I'm not happy at all right now with NATIX. As you can see right now, they're the last on my list. So they went from 2 months ago being number 1 to the last on this list. Now, I'll say this again. It is free. Unlike any of these projects in the top 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's free. But it also is probably more work every time you get started every day in your vehicle than any of these projects also. And that's why I have it. You know, some people don't care about that, and hey, you know, y'all can roll with it. I'm not. I did a video last week telling everybody that I canceled my Hivemapper and that I also canceled NATIX, and I'm not doing NATIX anymore. And I might have ran it 2 or 3 times since then when I knew I was gonna do a long ride. I said, let me just do it for the hell of it. But I'm not running it every day when I get my car like I used to. All right, moving on to CHIRP. there's really no news on the CHIRP network itself, the actual project. The actual news really is that there's a final round of egg NFT distributions for your wallets. And so if you did any of the contests, any of the possible airdrops, tracking, stuff like that, you have to make sure that you have your SUI wallet attached to CHIRP and you have the egg NFT for that kind of stuff. You can read more about it. Listen, y'all know I am very big on CHIRP. I think the network itself is going to be very good. You also know I don't like the gimmicky stuff. Look, I participated in this stuff. I'm not going to tell you I didn't, but like, give me some updates on what's going on with the project itself. So, they talked about this right here, but it's nothing really telling us what's going on with the project. Even in the Twitter, they even say like in preparing for mainnet soon. Y'all been saying that for a month or two. I hate to be impatient. I'm very big on the project. I want to see the project start moving. That's all it is. But I'd hate to sound negative about everything because I'm trying not to, because I really, really think CHIRP is going to be a next level type of network. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be the next level of where Helium started failing at. They're going to be a lot more open to things. And I think because of that, CHIRP's going to be more successful. Just want to see them hitting on that more than some of this other stuff. More than games. I'm not in the CHIRP for games. I'm in the CHIRP for the network. All right, moving on. Now we're going to Wingbits. I am up to 366,787 wings, which is a 7,000 increase since last video, which was just about the same thing it was the week before that. People ask me, hey, how much am I making per station? Depending on where those stations are at. I got some very poor performing stations because they're splitting a lot of hexes with people. And I got some that are almost kind of lone rangers. And I'm getting anywhere from 6 to 330 wings a day. Now, 2 of my biggest stations are offline right now. I have the one that's in Grand Isle that I have to get it back online because of the whole uptime deal with them. And I just need to get back down to Grand Isle to get it back online. And I just don't have time. I had my son's birthday over the weekend, turned 18 years old, and just stuff going on at work. I have stuff going on next weekend and the weekend after that. I don't know when I'm going to get down there, but I have to get that station back online. It's my #1 station, and probably my number 2 or 3 station, which was in Idaho, has been down. That one's actually having some type of station issue itself, where when you reboot it, it comes back online, shows online on the dashboard, and after about an hour, it goes offline. Shows the SDR is unplugged for some reason. I can ping it the entire time. It's just something happens when that SDR starts failing, and I don't know what it is. I haven't had a chance to mess with it yet. I've had a couple people look at it for me, and we got some ideas. But one of the biggest things that has happened with them is a dashboard update. So for those who haven't seen, if you're interested in what a miner is making in your area, you can now zoom in and click on those hexes. So when you click on a hex, it's going to tell you that hex is making, this station right here is making 1,000 wings per week. And you can hover over and see that's made 145 in one day, 141 in another day, another one. So when you click on it also, it tells you how he ranks in each place. Also, what percentage of messages in that hex he is receiving. I think that a lot of people ask for this, and here it is, So if you want to come over here to Albuquerque and click on Albuquerque, this guy's only, gal, I won't assume nothing. It tells you how he's ranking in each hex. He's getting only 134. So this goes to show you what we talked about. I talked about this in one of my last videos, is people complaining about, I'm not getting hardly any hex. It's all about your setup and doing your homework. Is, hey, and I used the example last time, if you live in Dallas and you live right here, there's probably no reason for you to participate. I'm sorry. It's just one of those hard adult facts that we need to discuss. You want to participate and pay for it, there's nothing stopping you, but you have to expect that Here it is. This person right here is only getting 36 wings a day. Let's click on another one. This person right here is, the other one was ranked second. This one's ranked third for those hexes. He's getting a little bit more, 66 hex. He's getting 400 a week. Click over here and see what we can get. Station has not been active, so this one's offline. See what this one says. This person right here is only getting 8 wings a week. So that goes to show you. Where if you come over here to somebody else, let's see if this one's online. This person getting 374, and you can see he's probably number one right here. And, you know, you can do this all around. You start finding some of these isolated stations. You know, at one time, I think it was awfully funny that I talked about putting something in Salt Lake, because at one time, Salt Lake had nothing, nowhere around it. Now you got 3 of them on top of each other, which makes no sense. But this person's getting 1,000 a week, 144 a day. Let's see what this one's doing. This one's getting 32. So this one probably has their antenna in the attic or in the basement. You have to get these antennas outside. And this person right here, who's number one, probably has an awesome, you know, setup. 1,300 wings a week at 200 a day. So that goes to show you the difference of what you can make. Then you look at this one that's in Mombasa, Africa. And I don't know if this is one of Daniel's. I've helped Daniel help out do his in Nairobi, but he's all by himself with one station getting nearly 4,000 wings a week. He's doing better than I am with one station. So you understand with Wingbits, it's all about where you set up at before you come on there and you get upset. I got people PMing me, man, this project sucks because I'm only making whatever. You're right. If you're going to Europe, and some places in Europe, I mean, look at this. You're going from this to this. You're right. If you go and shoehorn a device right up in here, this one's offline. Let's see. 45 wings a week, averaging 7 to 8 a day. So you have to understand, because you got to look at this. This project's still also about producing data to be able to sell. Is putting another station here does not really benefit the project. They don't owe you a spot for you know, doing that. You know, you come right here in London, you go shove another spot right here. You realize how much these hexes have to be split up right now? It's crazy. 46 wings a day. They're making 6 wings a day. 46 wings a week, I mean, per station. 33. So you're making 6 wings a day. And I got people complaining about, man, I don't know what the price action is going to be. You know, it's going to be worth them a while. But again, while they like to have more people involved in the project, you also have to understand from the project side of it, you know. Now, another thing I want to be able to make sure I say, when you open up the stations page, I don't want to show you all mine because mine has all my GPS locations, all my names and stuff. But they do say that they are still always looking at different ways of tokenomics. And even though they haven't said this, but there was some kind of talk about this on the Discord the other day, how they could always tweak some stuff. I know there was some talk a while back on the Discord page about trying to help some people out that might be in areas like this, but also not just for a general station, but if there's an airport really close and you're within X amount of miles, maybe trying to help out where more low altitude stuff, that's because they do want to capture stuff around the airport itself and at the low altitude. So maybe some way of benefiting that, bonuses for that, or something like that. There are some talks. So don't be surprised that before TGE or before mainnet, there are some little bit of tweaks. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be a crazy overhaul. I'll be honest with y'all. I've been so busy with Entropy and some of these other stuff, and I know that there's kind of like a lull right now because there can't be new stations on Wingbits. All the do your own stations have been used up. There's a waiting list, and then they're also waiting for the devices to come on sale soon. And then they have to be shipped. So there's kind of like this lull right now while they're working on a lot of back end stuff. But one thing you know they are looking at is maybe some little bit of tokenomic changes. Might not happen. So stay tuned in their Discord to see to discuss any of that. So another announcement that Wingbits did have was that they unfortunately had to kind of push back their pre-order date. Originally, the pre-order date was supposed to be it was supposed to be September 30th or October 1. It has now been pushed back to October 14th. They explain their reasons why. But you know, I know a lot of people are eager to get into this kind of stuff. I know there's been some different prices that have been mentioned about this. I don't really want to go there because I don't know what's fact and not fact. But I even have people who are asking me also about what's the possible price action. When you look at it, all I'll tell people is go to CoinMarketCap and look at other projects that have that type of tokenomics with that much market supply, coin supply, token supply, whatever you want to call it. And those prices are kind of all over the place, but you still can get a general idea. And I don't want to even start quoting prices, but you know, penny, half a penny, 0.001. You kind of get the idea. You know it's not going to be $2 or $3 because you don't see other projects at that price. Even your top 30 or top 40 projects that have that same tokenomics. What is it, 10 billion? I think Wingbits is something like that. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on it. I don't have it in front of me, but you can kind of guesstimate where prices. But again, if the price gets released here and everybody's selling and nobody's buying this token, the price is going to drop. Wingbits has said that they are going to use some of their money that they take in from selling their data and stuff like that to buy the token, to burn the token, or whatever they're going to do, which is going to be positive price action. We talked about that earlier. So I think that should help a lot. Soarchain, another project I'm getting very big on. Well, I've been very big on it. I actually had a very good week. Last week I only did like a 1,1500. I made 2,000 tokens over the past week. So I'm at 22,500. I am staking all of them on Dash Tech Validator. When you go to stake, look up Dash, DASH, and you can find the validator. I'm making 55 tokens right now, 55 to 56 tokens a day in staking alone. That's like I say it every week. That's probably more than what I'm making per day to a point. And I compound it all every day. The tokens I made through staking and everything, and I stake it right back into Dash Tech. We talked about this in the last video. Also, Soarchain migrated their wallet to Solana, and this was even a little bit confusing to me, but when you press new wallet or something, whatever it is in the app, it creates a Solana wallet inside of that app. Don't know how I feel about that, but hey, for right now, any kind of progress like this is forward progress, and I'm for it. So you have to make sure that you have that 24-word seed phrase down. And unfortunately, I see people, not that I expect everybody to watch my videos, but I saw people in Discord all panicking because they didn't write this down. And I don't know how you open up a wallet in crypto these days and not have that word written down, saved, or something for this kind of problems that when they happen. You know, you never know when you're going to lose a phone, crash. I dread the day that I actually lose a phone and I have to figure out how to restore all the stuff. I know I have all my 12 words in a safe, undisclosed, off-site location under Fort Knox, but still, just to sit there and figure out how to migrate all that stuff back on it is going to be holy, you know what. But that's basically the only news we got right now is them going to migrate into Solana. Moving on to Silencio. I actually gave it a little more effort last week. I'm up 6,000 additional Silencio tokens, points, whatever they are. I'm at a ranking of 1250 with a 252-day streak going on. 250% bonus also. Again, I don't know what's going on with the project. I still do it. It might just be habit now. If anybody's interested in doing Silencio, it's completely free. We don't know what's going to be worth. We don't know what's going to happen with it. But hey, it's free. You're interested in joining, I have a link in the description below. Join it. Give it a try. Today I'm eating lunch. It's like habit now. I start the Silencio app and put it down while I eat my sandwich. That's what it is. Go to Home Depot earlier. Home Depot is a venue. And then they also have an old Office Depot next door. The old Office Depot next door is also a venue. So while you're sitting in Home Depot, you can run the venue thing twice, and boom, there you go. So you get extra points for that. So if you go to their announcements page, they have a couple of different updates, which really aren't updates, but you know, they got some kind of quizzes you can do if you want to go do some quizzes or whatever like that. They do have this newsletter that's out. So there's a couple interesting things that are in it. One thing I will say is that they do have where they discuss the airdrop and TGE update, also discussing the beta airdrop. So there is an airdrop that is coming for those who are involved in this. If you're a top 5,000 Silencian, will receive an additional 30% of the airdrop rewards. I am in a diamond. I'm at rank 1250. So I should be, you know, if Diamond's hands is the same thing as the Diamond League, the leagues can climb the ranks on 12, 10, iron to diamond, max, and whatever. So you can see this, but it doesn't tell you anything about we're gearing up for TGE on Peak Network. Stay tuned more. I still believe 100% that the reason they're not out with TGE yet and their holdup right now is they don't want to leave Peak. I'll keep saying it. You have a lot, I'll say a lot, several projects that we've discussed today that were all on Peak that have left Peak for Solana. And I think Silencio just doesn't want to leave them. That's my personal belief. You know, maybe they're hanging out and having drinks and doing dinner and stuff, and they're too close with them now and don't want to leave them. But I think that really Peak constantly getting delayed is what's delayed. This project's been out for a while now. There's no reason why it shouldn't be on mainnet. Again, it's my personal opinion. I don't have any inside news to that, but I still think that's what's hurting them, is them wanting to hang on to Peak. I'm not saying Peak when it comes out is going to be anything bad, but the fact that it keeps getting delayed and then this keeps getting delayed goes hand in hand. Grass, you know, I moved Grass up to the probationary level back on the test net. I have way too many people who have contacted me about it. So here it is, but there's no news on it. They just started a stage just now on Discord, but I can't listen to it because I'm on here with you. But when you go to the announcements, there's nothing again about mainnet, anything, whatever. I'm holding on for y'all. Y'all, every time I keep dropping it, talk about dropping it, or if I talk about it on live, I'm being called crazy because I have my doubts about it. So I keep it up here just so I don't have to eat too much crow if it does make it. There's a lot of people in here. This project has been out for a while now, So I mean, there's a lot of grass points out there and grass tokens and stuff like that. I don't know how that works. People trying to sit in and say, oh, they have this much worth of grass because they got some kind of website where you can pre-sell tokens that aren't out yet and stuff. But yet you don't know how those tokens, what we have right now is points. So how are you selling those points for tokens on this website? I don't know. Upside, I keep telling y'all about Upside. I used it today. Seems like it's always Monday, but made another $5 in it. Every time I fill up the vehicles, my family also filled their vehicles up and didn't use Upside. So if I could just get them to start letting me know when they're going to get gas, I could just use my Upside app where I'm at and submit it for them and get more than $5. But anyway, it's $150. I'm thinking about using it to finish off my computer build because I'm so close. I just need a couple of fans left, and that's it. And 150, I bought 3 fans for my computer build yesterday. It was over $100 for 3 fans. And that's not even the expensive ones that I need. So we'll see. If you are interested in upside, I do have a code in my description that will give you a couple of dollars to start off with in your balance. So everybody needs gas, needs to be using upside. It's very simple. I got a video that's on it that I did on it. And again, it's free money to you that you can move into, your account, cash out, real money. BitHarvest is still there. I'm still running it on several devices. I talk about Grass, and my 5 devices that are running BitHarvest that are on separate networks are running Grass. That's the only place I feel safe with running Grass. I didn't really want to go into that again because people tell me stuff, but I'm not running Grass on any of my home computer stuff, but I'm running it on BitHarvest. That's what I like about BitHarvest. I'm taking one device, running 4 or 5 different projects on it, and it just works. Hivemapper, y'all know I canceled my order, so I got partially that back. For some reason, they split it up into 2 different payments. I got half of it back. I'm waiting for the other half to come in at any point now. I tell you, I requested for it to back. I requested for a refund back, and within 2 days, maybe a little bit longer, 24 hours, I got the first half of it. And now I'm waiting for the other half. I haven't checked it. It might be here by now. I don't know. But again, the price action is what it's been. It's going down 62 cents right now. For the month, it has stayed even. It had a little bit of increase, came up, but it went right back down. Again, same thing we talked about. DIMO, is there buying action? Where's the buying action coming from? It needs some buying action. It needs a little life support. They had this very big jump up here, 32 cents. So if we can get back up here during the bull market, it's going to be good. So the big news about the Bee is there's this very important update. They finally have cleared the Bee for mass production. When you read it, listen, there's a lot of people waiting on this. I had a lot of feedback privately, through private message on Discord, emails and stuff like that, and on the YouTube video I made about me canceling my Hivemapper. A lot of people have canceled also. So people saying they're going to hold on. Hey, that's on you. I wish you luck. I'm not here to hate on anybody. And if I have to eat crow for y'all to be successful, I'll do it. That's fine with me. I hope everybody's successful. That's what this channel's for, is to help everybody. But I'm going to tell y'all right now, I'm willing to bet whatever y'all want that these things ain't really getting shipped until Q1 of next year, because it says right here, they have high confidence it will start shipping the final production value of the Bee to order holders in Q4. We're in Q4 now. So, that's not happening. And it says right here, there are currently tens of thousands of units on pre-order. So you might have a couple people who might get theirs in Q4, but majorities are coming in Q5. You're going to have more rewards going out for those people. If you have an HDC, I feel sorry for you, because the Bee's going to make more. People are going to sell. Hey, does it somehow bring up the price? I don't know. But I think I made the right decision for me, because I can use that money for other things. So, I don't know. I wish everybody luck. People who are going to stick with it, and I wish you luck. Fry, I'll cover some price action for y'all, but there's nothing really going on with Fry. Nothing that impresses me really. Hey, people are making some kind of income. It's a positive thing for you. Fry's down 15% in the week, 0.0007 to 0.006. That is, for the month, it is right at 5%. So it is kind of holding steady. Going to the announcements page, Tiny Man's Discord has been hacked. So you see links from Tiny Man, whoever that is, don't click on them. They burned 12,500,000 Fry, and storage decentralization nodes are now shipping. So people who have been waiting on those, they're getting shipped out. Researching, I like to lie to you and tell you I've been researching them, but I'll be lying to you. Y'all know I've been very, very busy with all this other stuff going on. I will say that I will be buying one of these. I had somebody who gave me, and I was absolutely astonished. Somebody gave me a $100 super chat while we were doing live the other day, and I was, you know me, I'm never for loss for words, and I was at loss for words. It was very touching, if that's the word you would like. I couldn't believe somebody would give me $100 during the super chat, well, during a live, but gave me $100 super chat. I've had some people give me 20s before that, 5s, 10, stuff like that. So I'm gonna take that. I want to reinvest that back into to the channel, and I figured by buying one of these 3 devices, that would be something else I'm covering for y'all. I've had a lot of people ask about Anakoi, but I'm not gonna lie to you. Nubila seems very, very intriguing because of the people in the weather industry that are behind it. I did ask a question on my YouTube page, community page, whatever you want to call it, a poll, like, but how many weather projects can we handle in the deep end world? You already have WeatherXM out there. You have Fry that's supposedly doing weather. You have SkyX that's coming out, and now Nubila. I do worry that, you know, how much room do you have for that? I don't know. Anakoi, I'm also intrigued on. Also, I'm just trying to get some more information about it, like the kind of device you need and stuff like that, and the price on it. Using a splitter on the antenna that I already have on the roof for my GeoDNet device, but I am intrigued by that also. So I am looking at those 3. I am going to pull a trigger on at least one of them, using that money to reinvest into the channel, and be able to talk about another project to make this video a little bit longer than it already is. So I know I kind of briefed through a lot of that. Some stuff didn't really have updates. I know it took, you know, a while on the Entropy section in the beginning. I'm trying to keep these videos under an hour if possible. And by the time I do all these different sections, I have no idea how long I am on these videos. So, hey, y'all know about the contest. Hopefully my wife doesn't find out about it. And you know the projects we're supporting right now. I thank everybody for the support of the channel. I truly, I joke, but I truly am humbled by the amount of subscribers I have. I think it's crazy. And another thing that's weird, and it's not just me, I've kind of looked around some other, it was kind of this, I don't want to say disturbing, but kind of weird that I would have 19,800 subscribers, but yet only get 100 views. But looking at some other YouTube channels, they have other YouTube channels that have more subscribers than that with less views. So, hey, I guess, you know, and then look, I'm a subscriber to a bunch of channels on YouTube, and 80% of them, I don't watch the video unless it looks very, very intriguing, and not clickbait. It's just I guess that's how it is. So, hey, I wish the views were a little bit higher, but it is what it is. You know, I don't know. But I thank everybody for the support of the channel. Again, prayers to everybody in Florida. Y'all about to get rocked. If y'all are in the cone, y'all have to evacuate. Your stuff at the house can be replaced. Your lives can't. Your family's lives can't. And I've been through enough of these hurricanes when I had to stay behind because of where I work at. And I've been through what Ida last year with a storm that stops right on top of you, that's not supposed to stall, but it stalls, and you're just getting continuously pounded by 100-mile-an-hour winds, and the sounds of that and everything you hear around you braking, and driving out right after that and seeing what happens to your community. You don't want to be no part of that. Again, when something flies through your roof, something flies through a window, and your house gets damaged and nobody can come help you, when water's rising and you got people there, especially if you have any kind of medical issue where they need oxygen, you'd be surprised the amount of people who stay behind the storm. They know they're going to lose power, but rely on oxygen. Then want to start calling 911 panicking because They're running out of oxygen. If you have that kind of issue, you have to get out. And don't say you don't have the means to get out, because if you call your local emergency people, they will get you out. You can't say that you don't have means or transportation to get out. That doesn't work. Get your family out. If you want to evacuate, you call your local emergency provider, whether it's 911 or one of these. I'm sure there is something set up, a system set up, because every place has it. We have it here, an off-site shelter, and they'll get you transportation too. And that's all there for y'all to help. And please take advantage of that if you are in that situation. Do not stay behind. If you're in that direct path to this, do not stay behind on this. And look, and I might be wrong, and you come home and your house is fine. Then you know what? You say a prayer and you're blessed. But during our hurricane outage, we had somebody who had a tree fall in their house on top of them, and we couldn't get to them. You had them stories. Look at all the deaths that just happened from the previous storm that just came through, and the amount of flooding and everything else. I know this is not what y'all came in for this channel for, but I'm just I'm watching these weather reports. I'm watching Twitter. I'm watching all this stuff when I see all these people saying they're not evacuating for a Category 5 hurricane, and with 170, 180 mile an hour winds, and I just shake my head and just can't believe it. So again, a little more chippy. I'll probably try to put a video out tomorrow. I don't know what it's going to be about. I got a couple of different things I could possibly hit on. And definitely be back Thursday, 5 p.m. Central Time in the United States, whatever time that is, your bat time, same bat channel. And we'll be doing our giveaways. Even if I'm close to 20,000, I'm doing my giveaways. I don't want this to stretch out and all this stuff like that. I got to figure out how I'm going to pick the comments. And then when I pick the comments live, that's going to be the next controversy, is I'm going to pick out comments live with a comment picker from the previous videos, and I'm going to announce that Joe Blow or Jane Doe won this. But I'm also going to go back before I send anything or do anything, and I'm going to go back to make sure that you follow all the steps we talked about. Make sure you like all the videos since September 30th. That was last Monday's update video. Subscribe to this channel, subscribe to Twitter, subscribe to the Grumpy Dad Outdoors page. All those links are in the description below. Make sure you like and share the videos when I put them on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call them. Make sure you do all 5 of those steps. If you don't have those 5 steps, either if I pick your name, I'm going to pick an alternate or something like that. It is what it is. Again, if there's any projects that want to, let me see if I can point the right way. Any projects that may want to donate a little bit of token or a device or something like that, and I can give them a couple of minutes, and depending on what the device is, depending on how long, or how much it is, how long, I talk about them for, you'll be able to do that. So I appreciate everybody who supported the channel so far, and I think that's it. Y'all can tell I'm exhausted. It's been a very long weekend. So thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next video.